Hello and welcome to Liberty Nation's LNTV. I'm your host, Mark Angelides. And today we're joined by Scott D. Cosenza, Liberty Nation's Legal Affairs Editor, to give us an update on the Michael Brown 2014 homicide investigation. Scott, what's happening? Hasn't this been settled already?
Well, it was settled. At the time, there was the district attorney, the prosecutor sent it to a grand jury for investigation. They returned no charges against Darren Wilson, the police officer who shot Michael Brown dead in the street in Ferguson, and the Eric Holder Justice Department, the Obama Holder Justice Department. It's important to add these are two black men, with race being the overweening issue in the Brown shooting, and the Federal Justice Department investigation concluded that Officer Wilson was justified in his use of deadly force.
Scott, I mean, we're all quite familiar, I think, with the narrative of this hands up, don't shoot thing being a myth. But why is this back in the news?
This prosecutor is newly elected, Mark, and I think that he thought perhaps he could get great fame and fortune, if you will, by prosecuting Darren Wilson. Now, every single investigation has concluded so far that Wilson did not exhibit criminal behavior when he shot Michael Brown. And in fact, President Obama, Eric Holder Justice Department investigation into the matter at the federal level revealed multiple testimonies from black people on the ground who were afraid to come forward with their tales of seeing Michael Brown assault Officer Wilson prior to the shooting because it ran counter to the popular narrative. It was fascinating for me years ago to read the Justice Department report release when it discussed all the African-American locals from Ferguson who refused to say their truthful accounts of what happened. They were afraid that the mob would turn against them. And we know today, well into the summer of 2020, that the Black Lives Matter protesters are often using hands up, don't shoot in their protestations as a rallying cry.
So Officer Wilson was cleared by the Obama Holder administration. Now he's been cleared by this latest investigation, even though on the surface it appears that it was looking to take him down. Is that about right?
Well, he's been cleared now twice by that same prosecutor's office, as well as for federal civil rights charges.
Does it appear as if there's any end in sight for, I believe it's former Officer Wilson now?
It is former Officer Wilson. He resigned shortly after that shooting, which again was ruled justified. Let's recall that Michael Brown had just robbed a convenience store and was on his way down the street from robbing it. And Officer Wilson was responding to a call for help from the victim survivor of Michael Brown's strong-arm robbery. Brown then assaulted Wilson, and Wilson defended himself. Then Michael Brown's body lay in the street for a very long time after he was shot, killed. And it's important to add that the Justice Department investigation did reveal a massive amount of both racist commentary and attitudes with the local governance, including the police in Ferguson, and also systems that really beat down the local populace and how they were governed. But, Mark, none of those investigations yielded any evidence that Mr. Wilson was racist or that the killing of Mr. Brown had any racial or other motives other than Mr. Wilson trying to defend himself from an attack issued by Michael Brown.
So is there any end in sight for Mr. Wilson?
Well, any prosecutor can launch any investigation, and unless he was charged and had those charges dismissed, as the law says, with prejudice, which means they cannot be brought again, then he's going to live under the perpetual sword of Damocles, I suppose, as long as any prosecutor in the jurisdiction thinks they can make hay with it.
Well, Scott, thanks for the wrap-up. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.
And thanks to you at home.
Go deeper on the topic discussed in this video, head on over to one of these links here or go to our Liberty Nation Roku channel. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for Liberty.